Connecting. That's one, that's two, and we, surprisingly, are live again. Good morning, gamers, and welcome back to Random Game Fridays. Today, we are gonna head back into, stay put, Final Fantasy XIV, and do some lazy content of just clearing out white quests. This will probably be a multi-part series, but yep, we are just going to do all those basic quests that most people ignore. We're going to start in the Shroud and start with Gridania, work our way out from there. You know, hit up Central if I haven't cleared those, go to East, then South, then North. And if that doesn't take us the full time, we'll just keep finding zones that have them. Pretty sure over by Dragonhead we have not got everything done. So, with all that said and done, let's see if we can even find some. Okay, so New Gridania, we've cleared all of them out. Where the fuck do I want to go? These are basically not necessary for any story-related stuff. They're their own side stuff. Give you some lore and extra tidbits of information. Usually they're level 1s. 83. I think that one's a class quest. Yeah, they'll usually say level 1 and have a little down arrow on them to signify that they're going to be level equivalent or whatever it was called. Oh, this might be Picto, now that I think about it. Yeah, that's Picto. We'll ignore that one, because that's technically a blue quest. Alright, so nothing in Gridania. We'll head to Central Shroud then. And we will try to do these one at a time. To get the full Mother Fletcher. Huh, I should have planned this better. I didn't realize I had cleared so much side content. Alright, E-Shroud. There's got to be stuff out there. There we go. Alright. Yeah, we're just gonna get coin. Because all this gear is, I guess, useful at the level. I shan't get a wink of sleep until I find out who it was. Hear my tale, adventurer. Last night, upon returning from my patrol, I caught sight of a child playing atop the roof. Fearing for the little one's safety, I called out, but the child promptly vanished. Now, we haven't received word of any missing children, but if there even is chance... Were it not for my duties, I would search you now. Might I trouble you to climb the roof and investigate in my state? Okay. Nope. Wrong button. That looks like a conjurer's cane. And a lot of leaves. Oops. All right, so I found stuff for you. Ah, you've returned. Tell me all of what you learned. You found this cane atop the roof, you say? 'Tis far too small for our use. I'd wager it belongs to one of the sylphs of Little Solus, the settlement to the east. Well, I suppose that solves the mystery. It would seem that the child I saw was in fact a sylph. And I was so worried. Do you have something against sylphs? At any rate, we should return the cane to its rightful owner. Please take it to the sylph named Delexia. In Little Solus, she'll know what to do with it. Please take... And while you're there, tell her in no uncertain terms that her people should not wander into the forest at night. Yeah. People should not wander into the forest at night. There are sylphs that live in the forest. What brings Walking One to the abode of these ones? Walking One brings cane? This one was looking under every leaf and flower for cane. This one's heart is full of joy. Walking One is kind, like seeding ones. This one likes kind ones. This one will bring friend to kind one. Kind one has this one's word. Okay, let's go pick that other one up at before we deal with the sylphs. This is just going to be all sorts of weird tasks and whatnots inside. Ooh, die. There's a good one. That'll go to the FC chest. You're an adventurer, are you not? Ah, you have the same air about you as father. He used to be an adventurer like you, though he is long since retired, and now finds pleasure in welcoming travelers to this humble hut. We also serve hot meals to the brave men and women who protect our borders, small token of our appreciation for their efforts. Speaking of which, our meat stock is running perilously low yet again, and I must head into Bramble Patch to trap some game. Sorry to cut our conversation short, but duty calls, and no one else is going to... Oh, I do hate to impose, but might I trouble you to take this box of hunting tools and lay the traps in my stead? It's for a good cause, as I mentioned. There are only so many hours in the day, you understand, and every bell I spend on this task would be a bell spent neglecting another. Laying traps, huh? Hopefully they're not for the treants. Let's see. God, I hope it's not the weevils. You know, if it was the boars, that'd be one thing. Let's see. And number 3. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're going to catch with that. Thank you for so much. Now all that remains is for us to wait and to pray for a bountiful catch. I shall have the wood whalers check the traps on the morrow. They are more than happy to do so, knowing that the meat will end up in their own bellies, like it has not. But if I may be permitted to speak seriously for a moment, it is not an easy time for me to be a frontier sentry. Fearsome beasts abound in these parts, and there's an imperial threat besides. Thus I am glad that I, who cannot wield the sword, may yet play a part by preparing hearty meals for those brave men and women who willingly endure the hearts that simple folk like me might enjoy peace. Alright, so we get dye. Yeah, I'm not overly fond of green dyes. That'll definitely go to the FC chest. Let's hit the sylphs and then we'll go check that one. Nothing else out there, right? Nah. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh. I hope these are going to be quick. I don't know if my throat can handle it. Suit. Ooh, that's actually a good one. Oh, walking one, please listen. This one is frolicking in the forest, and this one likes to do. When nasty tusked ones came huffing and puffing and charging, this one was so frightened. This one is too scared to go back into the forest. Walking one can make tusked ones go away, yes? This one would dance for joy. Tusked ones hide in bushes. Walking one should be careful. Are we talking Z's or are we talking boars? I guess that could count as a tusk. Nope, definitely boar. That was a big one too. Oh, good. Animal hides. That's going to sell amazingly well to a vendor. Walking one has made tusked ones go away. This one can play in the forest again. This one thanks Walking one. This one is forever and ever Walking one's friend. Sweet. Oh, you got more. Goody. Helpful one has returned. This one is troubled again. When this one ran away from tusked ones, this one dropped 3 spindles of thread. This one searched Brambly Place over and over, but nothing was found. Oh, woe is to this one. Helpful one will help, yes? That must be very important thread. Surprised they didn't make that a crafter one. Let's see. Cloud silk, huh? Okay, take that back. And there's the last one. Close enough. Alright, there we go. Here's your thread. Without thread, this one cannot weave. What is this one to do? This one's thread. This one could weave again. Helpful one is so kind. This one thanks Helpful one from bottom of this one's heart. No more. Alright, what do you want? My master sent me to these parts to bring back the seeds of the Sylvan Lily, but look, it's really difficult to find something in a place you don't even know. So I thought I'd go to the Sylphs. First I asked Celine what gift I should get, and since I couldn't find any of that sweet rose stuff, I asked Celine to get me some. And then I thought about how much better it would be to have an envoy. You know, someone not me. Talk to the Sylphs. I mean, they're very strange. So I asked Celine to find me a good adventurer. Look, I'm doing my best here. Yes, I could be doing it myself, but then Master probably won't get his seeds. So please help me give the perfume to the Sylphs, find out where the lily seeds are. That's all. And when you're done with that, could you collect the seeds and deliver them to the Master Botanist Kane at Sanctum of the 12? That's all. I asked Celine to do the rest, because I ain't gonna do crap. Anyway. Gathering One does not observe common courtesies. This one thinks Gathering One must learn manners. Just take your perfume. This one likes the scent of sweet rose. The bottle makes a scented mist. This one also likes. Walking One brings good gifts. Walking One seeks seeds of Sylvan Lily. Walking One shall find it in Lark's Call if lucky. Lucky and looking at the ground. This one warns. Lark's Call is full of touch ones. Touch ones not kind to like these ones. Walking One will be careful, yes? Yep. Go deal with the Rano crew. What level was that? If you're sending them in... Oh yeah, 43. That's understandable. Nope. Nope. There's number 2. Because these always come in 3s. And there's the 3rd. Nope. There's the 3rd. Where are we delivering? Huh. All right. I was honestly expecting to go back to Gridania. Honestly, haven't been here in a while. Good, good. All I need is a bed of Sylvan lilies there. These are the seeds of the Sylvan lily? How did you know? Ah, I see. Jellerond. How'd you do all the work, did he? Not surprised. Out of all these seeds will come white flowers, tint of pure light without even a hint of color. That is what faith is, you see. There are 12 hues, 12 paths to travel to a place where all walls fall and all hues become as one. But I am a botanist. 'Twould be a poor garden if that had but one hue. Hopefully, you will take respite here and see the beauty we have wrought. Alright, since we're already here, and we cleared out there. Once, when I was doing some work in the herb garden, the goldsmith there was installing new veins on the whirligig. We got to talking. Do you know what she said? She wed me. Minx. Damn impressive. 12 give in mysterious ways, and these gardens have seen their share of lovers. I can spot them quite easily. Why, there is just One now, head over heels yet tongue-tied. Youth is wasted on the young. Well, I must have been such a clod as that once, though I refuse to believe it in my heart. We must stand together, we clods in love. May I ask you to slip him a bouquet of my special Azema roses? Alright, where are the lovebirds? We are two souls inhabiting one body and... Wait, no, that's not right. Oh no, I should have learned to talk. I mean, I should have had... No thanks, I'm taken. Oh, a delivery from a friend of the happy couple? This is beautiful, and it smells so good. Thank you. Really, thank you. I don't need a speech. I'm just going to give her these roses and tell her the truth. I've spent the morning at the sanctum pledging my love for her before the 12. Well, good luck. Went well, did it? Everyone needs a little help sometimes. We who work in the gardens know that better than most. The great oaks, the tender seedlings, exotics, and the commonplace. They all need care, even you, adventurer. Ain't that sweet? Where? Oh, right in front of me. Elfleda. Yeah. The sanctum feels so very sanctified, don't you find? A very good friend of mine, practically sisters we are, is to be joined to her beloved here, and I've been invited. It is such an honor. You ought to see her in her trousseau. But I digress. So easy to do about that dress, don't you find? Especially about Mericidian samite. And this wonderfully fine lace made by tiny Lalafellan children. There I go again. I mean, to ask you about the wind sprites, do pardon me? Well, not really wind sprites so much as their cores. I need 4 of them. Why? Oh, I can't tell you. Not until you get them. Secrets are so much fun, don't you find? And what did the poor wind sprites do to you? Alright. Let's go torment some sprites. Oh. Whoops. His targeting system really needs a rework. One more. How were you linked? Man, I could understand the sylphs, but a Marlboro? Really? Alright. Let's deliver these cores. I'm not really sure I want to know the secret behind what you're going to use them for. You have the cores? Wonderful. Oh, this will be the social event of the season. So exciting. My friend are very close. Practically sisters, you know? Thank you so very much. Shall I tell you my secret? Well, since you've been so very helpful, I'm going to use these when it's time to throw the rose petals. It'll be quite the flower storm, to be sure. Yeah, I bet. 4 is too many? Are you sure? Oh well, I suppose I should try it beforehand once. Perhaps on my own estate? It is the social event of the season. That's risky. But that's going to be your problem from now on. And that is... Wow, damn. East Shroud is clear. There's got to be stuff in South Shroud. There we go. We got lots of stuffs. Oh yeah, we got lots of stuff. Another day on the hunt, and not but an antelope meat to show for it. Personally, I don't mind the stuff, as stringy and grisly as it may be. But just once, I'd like to treat my dear wife and children to a real feast. Wild hogs in these parts look to have some good flesh on them. But I'd fear those tusks would tear a humble hunter like myself to pieces. Would you be so kind as to bag 5 of them in my stead? And you don't have to worry about getting their livers. Alright. Past the cave. Two. Really? Get lost. Alright. There's 4. And this will be number 5. There we go. Got your boar meat. How fare you on your hunting adventure? Just look at these succulent slices of boar flesh. Why, my mouth waters just looking at them. 1 slice for my wife and 4 for my children. Yes, this will do splendidly. Where's my slice, you say? Antelope meat is good enough for me. Perhaps one day, when I'm skilled enough to fell a boar on my own, I will allow myself to indulge. Gotta give you props on that one, buddy. Boo! I'm the Dark Rider of the Shroud. Ooh. Thou art scareth of me, art thou knoweth? If thou art not, thou art a fool. Kneeleth before me, noweth. Wow. Ha ha ha! Yes, thou art wise to feareth me, adventurer, but the Dark Rider does not forgive fools so easily. Thou wouldst stir me, thou tongue will be screwed. Holy crap. Thou must doeth mine bidding. Doth mine bidding, or I shall slayeth you for trees on not doeth what thy master telleth you to doeth. The Dark Rider doth desireth 3 Ned wings. Why? 'Tis not thine place to asketh why. 3 Ked wings, not 2, not 4. Thou hast best remember well, or I shall haveth your head. Holy crap. Oh. In a sense, I am... Where the hell are we going? Oh, we're going back up there. Kind of glad I didn't do these beforehand. Oh, this is definitely a trip. Where are we going? Going over here. Kedwings. Oh, the ugly bees. Awesome. Three, you saith? Yeah, it's actually interesting that these quests are giving more opportunity to earn gift. As you go MSQ, you do like one thing here, and then you're done with it. Alright. The Dark Rider dust desireth Kedwings. Art thou too weak to slayeth mere Keds? Wow, are those really Kedwings? Can't wait to show them off to my father. Thou hast proven thy loyalty well. The Dark Rider of the Shroud hereby nameth you his loyal squire. That means you can come play with me. That means thou canst severeth me whenever thou likest. Who knew it was so easy to boss around an adventurer? Me thinkest my spineless dad could learn a thing or two from me. Boy. Moving on. Jesus. Welcome, friend. Many of your kind come to Quarry Mill, seeking a respite from the hardships of adventuring. Might you care to put your troubles aside for a day and live a farmer's life? Old Fox in the orchard to the north has quite the harvest on his hands, you hear. And knowing him, he'd be much obliged for a helping hand. Alright, this guy. Why does Fox sound familiar? Oh, apparently I still have crap to do in my hunting log. Oh well. What brings you here, adventurer, to my humble orchards? Set your sights on sprite apples rather than beast killing today? Well, I for one am mighty grateful for that. These bones aren't fit for climbing as they used to be. I'd be much obliged if you could pick some apples for me. Oh, and you'll want to make sure no creepy crawlers are hiding inside them. Well, I guess it doesn't really count as climbing when you're 6.5 yalm tall. Here. Oh my. That's no worm. Oh, cool. Where? There we go. 2 more. Where's the... Oh, there's the last one. Back so soon? Let's see what you got in the basket of yours. Why, I'll just be. Just the sight of your old harvest has me mouth watering. You've an eye for apple picking, my friend. I have a son just around your age. What do you say you settle down here when you've had enough of your questing for glory? No. Ooh, that sounds fun. Friend, feast your eyes on this. Why, I've not been blessed with a harvest this and this likes in, well, as long as I can remember. All I've done is the picking. It's the guardians of the forest what brought me this bounty. I'd give thanks myself, but what with all those poachers around, I'd like to end up with an arrow through the head. Might you be kind enough to go and make an offering in my stead? And on your return, bring an apple to Castellite. He's been looking gaunt of late. Alright. Well, we're here. Clear out these, as I apparently did not do that in the past. Yeah, you should always try to get your hunting log clear. Definitely helps if you're starting out a new class. What brings you to Quarry Mill, adventurer? Mayhap you heard that our pact with the elementals permits hunting in this area? Do not think that gives you the leave to strip the forest bare. A sprite apple? My favorite. How did you know? From Fox, you say? The man is too kind. Why, each scrumptious bite brings me back to the days of... forgive me, my friend. Well, as long as you enjoy it. In the days before the calamity, my grandfather was the village elder of Bowerbury. We tried, gods be good, we tried, to reclaim his home, but to no avail. Passed away last year, he did. With his last breath, he spoke of a family heirloom, an axe passed down for generations. Now, those red-belly horse sons use it to split wood, mocking us all the while. 12 take me if I allow those bastards to besmirch my grandfather's memory any longer. You'll bring it back for me, won't you? Alright. Knock some heads. Sounds like a good idea. Or you just walk up and take it. Y'all ain't gonna say anything, right? Nope. Didn't think so. Well, were you able to reclaim the axe from those bloody thieves? Just as grandfather always described it. You're a godsend, friend. Grandfather, I swear to you, the next time I see a red belly seize this axe, I'll bury it in his good-for-naught skull. Damn. Ooh, another good die. Mayhap you heard the tales? But the place they call Red Belly Hive wasn't always a wretched nest of scum and villainy and debauchery. In the old days, it was home to a hamlet called Burrowbury, where the Here and Elzen alike lived in peace. That was before the calamity came and all hell broke loose. Those red-belly horse sons moved in when the villagers fled, and they've had their run of the place ever since. It is our hope to win back the village, but the red bellies are no common outlaws. They read our every move from malms away. That's where you come in. What do you say you enter the wasp nest and take the sting out of those bastards? Alrighty. Taking out 3 doesn't seem like much, but why not? Did you really just stop me? Whatever. You fought well for us today, friend. When Barbary is reclaimed for our own people, you can take pride in knowing that you struck a vital blow. Why am I missing one? Is it up top? Ah, there you are. Choo-choo. There we go. Bloody Skullflow. You will not escape the Wood Whaler's justice. You, adventurer. One of those loathsome poachers has fled into the village and hides under our noses as we speak. You are to join the search effort at once. That is an order. Okay. Where could you think he could be hiding? Hey, have you seen a poacher? Don't hurt me, I beg of you. I swear on me life, I never meant to do no wrong. But what with me brother sick and starving, when they promised me money for my medicine, what else was I to do? You have me word, from this day forth I shall earn my coin by honest work, or not at all. You'll show me mercy just as once, won't you? The 12 bless you, gentle soul. Sure. Didn't really have a say in that, but... The poacher escaped? Inexcusable. I should have known better than trust a task to an adventurer. Those who defy the elemental's will must serve justice, or we shall pay the price. You'd do well not to forget this. Okay, ignoring that guy. Greetings, adventurer. Perhaps you heard, but these forests have fallen prey to a batch of poachers. They litter the ground with their dastardly snares, carrying not a whit of the innocent. Small animals and traveler alike, caught in their vile clutches. I am forbidden to leave my post, but perhaps you could scour the area and search for any nasty steel mauls that you encounter. Be careful, the poachers themselves may be lying in ambush awaiting their prey. Oh, goodly. Trap disarmings. Wow. A little bit of overkill there. All right, and the last one. Well, it should be safer to log now. For a little bit. You've done yourself good work today, friend. Still, that self-styled king of the Coral Claws running the operation, the poachers are not likely to yield easily. No, we must be more vigilant than ever. Interesting. Dispellers. You couldn't have come at a better time, friend. I have a crisis on my hands here. What manner of crisis, you ask? See this bottle of Muntoy sauce? It's empty, down to the last drop. Of course this is a crisis. If the guards find their supper wanting for flavor, they're not as likely to turn their lances on me instead of our foes. Might you travel to the Muntoy cellars and obtain me from Masher Arimont to save a poor culinarian from this dire fate? Oh, so that's what this little alcove is. That connects to the East Shroud. Aedox exhausted her supply again, hasn't she? Told the woman time and time again to order in bulk, I did, but she never listens. Hold your chocobos, friend. The next batch will be ready before long. Okay. Oh, crap, I didn't see what dye that was going to be. Where's your Muntoy sauce, you say? Look, friend, Gridania wasn't built in a day. I'll tell you what. If you're so eager, how about you help me put the finishing touches on my latest batch? You might learn a thing or two in the process. Here on these shelves, I keep my stock of secret spices. What gives my Muntoy sauce its distinctive punch, you ask? A Perelia leaf, a dried dragon pepper, and an ounce of shroud pepper. That's got to have one hell of a kick. Just toss all three into the guile fat and Geoffrey will take care of the rest. When the sauce is done, you're free to take a bottle to Aedoc. Not that that's like to put an end to her whining. Those looked pickled. Which would even increase their potency. Oh, hello there. Parents in the cellar for the day? Very well then. One Perelia leaf, one dried dragon pepper, and an ounce of shroud pepper. And, Ermon's done it again. And thanks for your help. This bottle is on the house. Well, hopefully it'll last more than a day. Hopefully it'll last for a while. If you're using that much spice, you got issues. Oh, you're back. Do tell me you brought that my Muntoy sauce. I swear to you, I just overheard a wood whaler talking about how tossing me into the cauldron. Ah, the distinctive mouth-watering aroma of Muntoy beans, topped off with Ermon's special blend of secret spices, no doubt. He's done it again. Thank you, friend. I dare say you've prevented a mutiny today. Anyway, I'll take a crumpet. Wine, that's not too bad. Probably toss it in the chest, though. Well, quarry mill's clear. Let's see what's going on at Scaran. What quest do I have out here? Huh. I'll have to check that later. You're taking me advice and putting me skills to work at the druthers, have you? That's what I like to see from strapping young lass. Well, tighten your bootstraps, because I got another job for you. Was down in a pine of old Buscaran's finest the other day when I heard that the Kikuran are hoarding stashes of poison around these parts. Can't say for sure what they're up to, but it can't be nothing good. What say you take these fire pots in here and go blow up the whole bleeding lot? Huh. I'm gonna go blow stuff up. Awesome. And there are classes that can do that. That was a little delayed. There it is. Oops. All right, I blew stuff up. Now what? Poison stations are no more, are you say? Good lass. Your next pipe will be on me. Were it my drillers, I'd grab those Kikuran one by one and string them up by their ratty ears. But old man Buscaran won't have none of that. Says each battle we forego now saves us one down the road. And to tell you the truth, I'm starting to come around to his ways. And he's right. Especially considering they make a mighty fine liquor. Whoa. Alright. This tavern is sheltered by the shroud, imparting a sense of peace and tranquility to all within. 'Tis for this reason, as much as Buscaran's ale and yarns of adventure, that wayfarers from across the realm find respite at these tables. But the protection of the forest is not to be taken for granted. No, we must respect and honor the trees. Only in doing so will they do the same for us. And so, I would ask you to perform a simple task. You are to make an offering to one of the forest's fallen guardians. Not far from here lies the withered remains of a treant who perished protecting the forest it so loved. Obtain the umbels of 4 antelope does and 2 freshly plucked kettrap petals. Then place them before the treant. After the offering has been made, kneel and bow your head in deference. I can promise you that when you arise, you'll do so with a newfound understanding of the significance of my words. Interesting. Cat traps are over here. 2 petals. The does should be up there. Honestly, I think those markers are new. Feels a little bad about this. I mean, if for bucks, that'd be one thing, but going after the does is a little not right. Is this the same train as before? Yes, it is. Well, you definitely left an impression in everybody, buddy. Trant with no name. You've placed the last of the offerings I asked. Thank you. The Trant you have honored was not always withered as thus. Unable to bear the changes racked the forest in the wake of the calamity, it lost all trace of vibrant life, wasting away unto its current haggard appearance. You adventurers may see treants as little more than overgrown adversaries, but many of us local folk revere these creatures as guardians of the wood. It is nature's way that we tend to those who once tended to us. Should we forsake our protectors, then we ourselves will be forsaken when the protector is needed once more. Yeah. Not too surprising on that. Alright, I gotta clear some crap out. Where? There we go. Chopo. Alright, one more here over at the Druthers. That's a big hole. Huh, interesting. Ah, you're an adventurer, are you not? Tell me, have you had any experience in the field of relic hunting? I am currently attempting to catalog all the artifacts in this area. You see, but I am finding the test rather more time-consuming than I had initially anticipated. I am all but convinced that we stand in what was once Galamora's residential district. Alas, I have yet to recover sufficient of domestic objects to confirm my theory. Should you happen upon any such items while wandering the area, I would be most grateful if you bring them to me. Yay, more pot shards. Just to piss me off. Seriously. I really hate the drop rate of these in Pilgrims. Oh, wow. There's an interesting place for one. Alright, I missed one. Crap. Where is it? Do-do-do-do. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely missed that. Ooh, good. Nope. Nope. There we go. Back so soon? Are you quite certain you exercise appropriate amount of care and delicacy in your search? This stupid alarm keeps going off. Hold on. These artifacts are hundreds of years. Oh, never mind. Show me what you got, friend. Yes, these are most certainly examples of Gilmorian tableware. Judged by the shape and ornamentation, they appear to be cups of the kind once used to serve herbal infusions, or possibly vegetable broth. Perfect. My work here is far from done, but this discovery brings me one more tantalizing step closer to realizing my dream. Restoration of these ruins, and their re-establishment as a settlement for the Dusk-White Elizan. Gridanians have long perceived my people as outcasts and brigands. Yet if we Dusk-Whites can return our measure of prosperity to this fallen city, we would no longer need to resort to common theft or banditry in order to make ends meet. Imagine it. But I'm rambling. Thanks for your help. I mean, that would be nice. There is so much of the world still left undiscovered. Is there only one down here? Christ. I didn't think I was going to clear the shroud this quickly. Hail, adventurer, you come at an opportune time. My botanist's hatchet serves its own purpose well enough, but I hesitate to use it on anything that bites back. I would guess that your own skill at arms is more appropriate for this situation. I was crossing the bridge behind me when I got to thinking of all the things I've seen since the calamity. What boggles the mind wobbles the body, and before I knew it, I was nearly on my face and the lumber in my arms was scattered all over the bridge. Some of it must have fallen over the side. Now, I'm not so green as to go vaulting under the bridge when I know perfectly well the fiends of below, but adventurers should have little and less to fear. Will you go in my stead and retrieve the wood? Would I, if I could? Where? Wait. Oh, that bridge. Okay. Do, 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 do. Lumbering wheat. Get out of here. All right. Where? There you are. Ah, adventurer, I'm glad right for your turn. Did you find my wood where you fell it? Sounds like a personal problem. Wonderful, the tavern will get a fine blaze out of these tonight. 'Tis firewood for Buscaron's druthers you were gathering. Little damp, but nothing that a little dry won't fix. The sun is strong and the way is long, after all. Much appreciated. More crumpets. Holy crap. I was honestly expecting more than that. Are we at 3? You know what? Let's go see if we can get that last card from What's-His-Nuts. So the only thing left out here would be the levies. And of course the deep dungeon. All right, you cheater. Wait. Wait, why are you showing up as card then? Hold on. You're not gonna let me see my card list. Crap. Papalimo, Rayona, Demon Wall. That's an interesting glitch. There's Papalimo and Ida. Rayona and Senna. Morning, Aurora. What was the last one? Demon Wall? Apparently I don't. Then how do I know it? That's weird. All right, we'll give it a few games. Oh, and you're doing order because you're ass. Yep. Fuck. Oh, I'm gonna get rocked on that one. Screw you. Fuck. They're gonna go right there. Oh, okay. That's 9. Shit. All right, one more. No, get over it. Take care. So let me check the deck again. Yeah, right there. Oh, now? Ugh, whatever. That was a weird glitch. Nope. Okay, so those are gonna go... Yeah, the NFC chest. Alright, South Shroud is clear. Really don't know why that showed up. Head over to North Shroud. And aside from the relics, there should be stuff out to do here. Alright, that's relic. So let's go over there and finish up the others. What is that? That looks like society. Huh, okay. Guess I can unlock that while I'm here. Yeah, I don't remember ARR having that. Oh well. Good. Shards. Hardest thing to get right now. Oh dear. If I'm to make this much Moitoi tonic, I'll need far more micro chew leaves. Everybody wants Moitoi. Young lady, would you be so kind as to fetch me 4 leaflets from a micro chews outside the hamlet? I'm whipping up a fresh batch of Moitoi tonic, you see. Oh, it's a lovely drink, absolutely bursting with nutrients and goodness. Almost like the dam that they sell in Solution 9. I'll have you know I always drink at least a cup a day. Last few people share my passion for healthy living. Truth be told, most won't touch the stuff. Not unless you add micro chew leaves. Let's anyway. Apparently the taste and smell are too distracting for some such nonsense. Oh, but listen to me prattle on like an Ishgardian priest. I shall stop talking about and start stirring. Well, don't just stand there, dear. Run along. Fetch me those leaves. This batch will be ready soon, and it would be such a shame if no one could drink it but me. Uh-huh. That's pretty impressive if these little guys are able to take care of that flavor. Where? Ah, you're back. Did you manage to find the microchew leaflets I asked for? Yes, let's see. Yes, that's 4. All right. Ah, such a lovely scent. Now, you've gathered only the 4 I asked for, not more. One more, yes. Oh, I forget. I should know not to ask. But these days, more and more people forget to take only what they need. If we were to live in harmony with the woods, we must respect life and remember what it means to take. Never be wasteful. Know the value of life and know the value of our time here in this world. That's why I've always lived my life to the fullest, wasting nary a moment and nary a word. Nary not so much a single one. Remember, if you mean to remain within the Twelveswood, you must be ever mindful to show respect and gratitude to the forest and to the elements. You know, you remind me of my son. He's a good boy, but sometimes can forget what it means to be Gridanian. Like just the other day, I caught him and his friends throwing Moitoi beans at each other. Needless to say, I was terribly cross. Who wouldn't be? And all set to give them a memorable scolding. When I noticed that they were playing in teams and that my son was leading the winners. Oh, I know I shouldn't have been proud, but when I saw the way he was marshaling his troops, by which I mean his friends, it was so clear to me that he was a born leader. Ah, where was I? Oh, yes, you see, later that day I was cooking dinner and he, quite without prompting, offered to wash the vegetables. He's such a good boy, you know? That went somewhere. Oh. Come on. There we go. You have the look of an adventurer. Adventurers love little tasks, do they not? Well, I need you to head into the forest and fix me a glimshroom for me. You haven't the faintest idea what a glimshroom is, do you? Glimshroom is the common name of our variety of fungus, which a unique white phosphorus. What do you say? A glowing mushroom? Yes, I suppose you could put it that way. There's a colony on the rock face in the southwest of Peace Garden. But do not simply pick the first one you come across. The brightest glowing mushroom you find, if you please. Well, yes, I would love to be able to harvest glimshrooms for myself, but there's a small matter of the Ixali scouts. Not terribly friendly, those chaps. Off you. Go, then. Right. Picking mushrooms. Too high. There we go. I guess they're glowing. Alright, I got your shroom. Probably don't know what you want to do with it. Were you able to find the glimshroom? Ah, would you look at that glow? Perfect. This will help me mix a potent remedy for the creeping death. Sorry. To forestall the obvious question, the creeping death is a deadly plague that once ravaged the Huron population of Gridania. Though it can now be cured through a simple conjury, it doesn't hurt to have a ready supply of medicine. After all, out here in Hertzmill, we cannot always rely on a conjurer to be on hand whenever the younglings cough. Thanks to the matron for wandering adventurers, though. Yeah, I believe Creeping Death came up elsewhere. I want to say it was in the Conjuring line. I'll have to keep an eye on that. Sweet, more shards. Pardon me, my lady. Might you be an adventurer whom Edbert speaks of so highly? If you could but spare a moment. I've never thought of myself as a popular girl, and men rarely give me cause to believe otherwise. Yet lately I've been the recipient of several gifts. Sparkling jewels and fine silks over which a prouder maid than I would surely swoon. All from an anonymous admirer. Naturally, I was flattered, but I knew nothing of my mysterious benefactor. And so I endeavored to seek him out, only to discover that he is none other than Eibert, an infamous rogue wanted for countless robberies in Gridania. I realize now that all of his presents were taken from others and that I have unwittingly won the affections of a dangerous criminal. That's not all. With his latest gift came a request. He insists that we meet in the woods outside Hertzmill, where he intends to present me with his most precious gift. I'm at a loss. I beg you, my lady, Will you not go in my stead? I wish only to be left in peace, but I fear a man such as he may be driven to violence when made to hear such words. I pray no harm comes to you. Yeah. That's an interesting one. Destiny. There you go. The Lost. Good luck, buddy. May find the love in your next life. All for naught. I give thanks that you're unharmed at least. A letter? For me? Oh, wow, a cutscene. Holy crap. My dearest Maria, I pray this letter finds you well. I know my gifts were sudden and many, but I hope they were to your liking. Seeing you in the first summer of your womanhood, I couldn't restrain myself no longer. My thoughts have been only for you these past many moons, of what gifts might bring you happiness. Yet to see you smile from afar is not enough. I long to live together with you in Hearthmill. Nothing would bring me greater joy. I would give you a grand garden filled with the white chalmette, but such dreams can never be true. My crimes are known and will never be forgiven. The most I can do is hope for you and know that you are in my heart. That would be grant me a measure of peace. And so, if it does not cause you distress, yours ever, Eidbert. Thank you for bringing me this letter, Ambrosica. His was a most precious gift. But how did he know my favorite flowers? Is Eidbert? No, it can't be. Anyway, we must return the presents to their rightful owners. I know it will not erase this Eidbert's sins, but perhaps the 12 will view him more kindly. Forgive me this final request, but could you go to Gridania and speak with a woman named Mione? You should find her in Caroline Canopy. Tell her all that has transpired here. She'll know what to do. Yep. We know the matron pretty well. Oh, it's them. Yup. Mother Mione, guess what happened? Huh? A message from Emeria of Hearthmill, you say? I see. Oh, Albert, you fool. I'll deal with the stolen goods. Don't worry not. Yes, I know of the boy and his family. He once lived in this very town. One day he stole a handful of chamomile seeds from an influential merchant in the ebony stalls. You see, this boy had a sister, and chamomile was her favorite flower. Seeking only to make his sister happy, I doubted he grasped the gravity of his act. Regardless, his parents felt that he had brought terrible shame to the family, and so they disowned him. Cast out of hearth and home, he grew desperate. And those who think only of survival think little of law. Common enough tale, perhaps, but no less tragic for it. And now you know the truth. The sister Eidbert loved so dearly is Emeria. Emeria was too young to remember when Eidbert left, so her parents decided to conceal his existence. However, word of the boy's banishment soon spread, and her parents were forced to move to Hearthmill to maintain the fiction. By now, Emeria surely heard the rumors of her long-lost brother, though a gentle girl like her would never question her parents' honesty, and whatever faint memories she once may have had are long gone. but Eibert has never forgotten Emeria. Despite the danger, I suspect he keeps close to Gridania, refusing to leave his beloved sister at a time. I'll send Emeria some cannoli seeds by way of thanks for helping us recover the stolen goods. If only it were as simple as returning them to their rightful owners. Sadly, Eibert's crimes will not be so easily forgiven. But perhaps, by the time these seeds have sprouted and their flowers bloomed, he will have found a new path. Sure. Doubt it, but we can always hope. Let's go back to Fallout. I think that was everything in Hurstmill. Yep. The relic can wait for another time. So much of a pain that is. Alright. What do you got for us, Godwin? Hail, adventurer. If you would not be adverse to courier duty, I have a report that must be delivered to Florence Spire with all haste. Mind you, this information is highly classified. I trust you to deliver it directly to the hands of Serpent Lieutenant Volford, without sneaking a peek yourself. Sure's. That is fairly simple. These parts bound with particular ferocious beasts. You do well to... Oh. That's just your normal thing. A report from Godwin, you say? Very well. Let us see. Traveling merchant waylaid by Kieran bandits. Adventurers hand-bitten clean off by feral Z's, etc., etc. Oh, usual blanditries. Huh? What's this? Sightings of a masked man. No casualties yet reported, but due vigilance should be exercised. Troubling news indeed. These parts are perilous enough without some mass marauders stirring up trouble. Thank you, friend. Rest assured, the Adder will be on the lookout for this interloper. Chances are that interloper has been dealt with by this point in time. Alright, who else has got something for me? What do you got, boy? Or lady? How do you fancy Fallout Gourd, traveler? Fine tea, warm bed, good ale, and good company at Bobbing Cork. Small wonder that many a wayfarer's favorite stop on the road to Corthruss. Speaking of Bobbing Cork, I shared drink and tale with the traveler just a few bells ago. Apparently the poor fellow imbibed a bit too heavily, and when he came to, the key to his room was nowhere to be found. But with all the rumors of late, both my friend and the innkeeper are worried sick. If you happen to stumble across the key, would you be kind enough to return it to Cork? You'd be saving more than one man a sleepless night. Finding a key in a wasteland. Awesome. Yep, he definitely had one too many drinks. How you managed to get it up there is not as impressive as how it managed to stay up there. Oh, over here. The bobbing cork. Bloody souse, this... Why I always have to say, if you can't hold your liquor, stick to tea. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have something for me? What? I've been searching everywhere for that key. You're a godsend, friend. You must forgive me. There are rumors of late of a suspicious masked man in these parts, and they've got both me and my customers on edge. Anywho, thanks to you, that ale-swilling fool can sleep soundly in his bed tonight. You do well to find safe lodgings as well, friend. Okay. You got more for me, buddy. See that painting over there? That one? Or that one? Oh, of course you can. It's covered in fourth a night worth of dust thanks to that my do-nothing employees. I'd dust them right off myself, but I reckon the sluggers would better learn their lessons if they saw a customer like yourself doing the deed. What do you say? A few swishes with this chocobo duster should do the trick. I'll even make it worth your while. Is there one up top? Yes, there is. Nope, not you. Hmm? Oh, yes. Thank you, friend. If only my employees shared the love of fine art that you do and I do. Painting upstairs, especially. Don't ask me why, but the lonesome figure standing there gazing off into the distance. I'm not usually a sentimental type, but it stirs something inside me. Is he wistfully remembering adventures long past? Or steeling his nerves for a battle to come? Sadly, what with the artist's identity a mystery, we might never know. Awesome. Just look at the time, whatever's keeping her. My apologies, friend. You caught me in a fretful humor. A young girl has reserved a room with me tonight, and yet she's nowhere to be found. There are ill rumors around these parts of late. Try as I might, I can't help but fear the worst. Might be so kind as to go check if she is well. Traveler, traveler, lost and fair. Wherever you hand with a clay golem, no less. Oh, it's the balloon that's giving you trouble. Your poor chocobo. Thank you, friend. Why, I thought I'd be done for. One moment I was standing here enjoying the scenery of the bleak emptiness, while my chocobo enjoyed a much-deserved nap, and the next, it sent shivers down my spine just to recall it. Anyway, please thank the innkeeper for his return and tell him I'll be on my way as soon as my bird wakes. Well, it is still moving. Not really the safest of paths over there. The girl's safe? Thank you, friend. Those are the best tidings I've received all day, and here I feared the worst. Why, if she had ended up in the clutches of that mess... but I mustn't think such ill thoughts. Now, if you'll excuse me, I best get back to work. Something tells me that girl will be needing a warm bed and a hot meal more than ever. Wow, you've really got a lot of tasks. I like it. My dear lady, I dare say you're more reliable than the rest of my hired help put together. For better or worse, this means I've got another job for you. I got 3 basket lunches here that need delivering to Finder's Bluff. After the last adventurer scarfed down the 3 boxes on his own and ran off without paying his tab, I needed someone I could trust. Oh, there's a DoorDash joke in there that I really should not make. Nope, we are going up and up over here. He's in a fury laughing. Digging for gold day and night sure works me up an appetite. Is it time for breakfast yet? What a master I'll do in special back lunches. Well now, don't mind if I do. Bloody hog of an adventurer, stealing the food of the honest, hard-working men. Are my eyes to be believed? Thank you, friend. It's good to know some adventures can still be trusted. Will my tummy not stop rumbling? Tummy, I command you, cease your rumbling. From Alwyn? You say? My tummy and I are much obliged. Boom, 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 boom. Do, 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 do. Get in there. Elwyn's famous basket lunches hit the spot, eh? I thought as much. Prospectors at Finder's Bluff aren't just digging for personal fortune, you know. Each ounce of gold helps this region thrive and prosper. I'm happy to return the favor. You've gone above and beyond for me, and all for this, you have my thanks. Next time you fancy an ale, a tale, or just a respite from the road, knowing that there's always a place for you here at the Barb in Cork. Oh yeah. Well, that was a fun series of quests. A cozy bed, warm meals, and fine spirits. I tell you, friend, if ever since I came here, it's like I've died and gone to Nofika's blossom. Go home to Ulda, to that rambling shack hovel where nothing awaits but my gill-pinching wife and her endless wigging? Never. Perhaps you can help me. My wife's hired some poor sop to bring me home, but I reckon this'll give him a change of heart. Okay. That's, well, that's one Lala that says Gridania is better than Ulda. What do you want? The missus paid me good coin to bring her good-for-nothing husband home. Your guild don't mean nothing to me. The missus paid me... Huh? What the hell's a room for me here, my own here at the Cork? Plus all the ale I can drink, fully paid courtesy of Gogolata? Get out of me way. I'm gonna give that man a piece of my own mind. Oh crap. That Lalafell needs a cure. Haha, it would seem your efforts were a success. My wife's associate just stopped by a moment ago. Seems he wanted to express his gratitude in person. Down a pint of ale and dash right off to his room where he slept quite soundly. If rather conspicuously snoring as a guide. Ah, the comforts of life on the road. Or not. In all truth, my friend, I would like nothing more to return to home to Ulda, where my loving wife waits. That is, were it not for one small complicating matter. My wares, you see, were stolen from me by the positively frightful band of Kikiran thieves encamped to the south. While were I to return home empty-handed, my wife's wrath would make the calamity look like a minor brush fire. No, I fear I have no choice but to prolong my stay. Fine, I'll go get your crap. Oh, yeah. Not those, Kikurin. These. Don't mind me. Ignore the bun coming through. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Choo choo choo. Oh, woe's to me. A merchant without his wares is not worth a lump of dung. How can I ever show my face to my dearest wife again? My wares! Why, wherever did you find them? Kikurin camp? Exactly as I told you? Preposterous. Why, I didn't think you'd actually... That is to say, I am in your debt once again, friend. Thanks to you, I can long last return to Ulda, where my loving life awaits. Then again, there were those nasty rumors going around of late. A masked man, was it? Indeed, the roads may not yet be safe, though it pains me to say so. I fear I have no recourse but to sojourn here a while longer. I bet. Yeah, I figured. Alright, let's head over to the tower. Hey, look, it's a tower that isn't completely in the sky. As a wood whaler, it is my sworn duty to protect the nation from the exile. Yet, as a Gridanian, it pains me more to see the trees around me wither and die, while we're off fighting battles. Shroud hares have grown destructive as late, gnawing away at the trees, and ripping shrubs from the ground. Yet we cannot very well tell the birdmen to stay their spears while we hunt oversized slugs, can we? And so, I turn to you, adventurer. Pour this weak old ale over the scarred trees, and the culprits should be along in short order. You would bring the wood much succor if you could break them down. Oh, here? Damn, those are scarred trees. Yeah, that's not much of a hair. One down here. And one over here. Where? Oh. Way up there. Thank you, adventurer. I can battle the exile with a clear conscience now, knowing that those like you are friends to the forest. Florentel, whose name that the spire bears, was one of the greatest heroes from the time of Gridania's founding. His martial exploits were exceeded only by his love of the forest. And his love for Gridania, the namesake of our sister spire. Do such tales of yore yet not yet set your heart aflutter? Uh-huh. Where's the other spire? As you have proven yourself a capable ally, I would entrust you a task more ambitious than the slaying of hares. Mayhap you encountered curious constructs of living stone in these parts. They emerged from the sundered landscape in the wake of the calamity, and their numbers have only burgeoned thenceforth. For each one we slay, another rises to the surface to take its place. My comrades and I are at wit's end. It is clear that we must take this battle to the source. There's a researcher by the name of Yom Ekpan who frequents the bobbing cork and follow-up gourd float. I suspect she might be able to shed light on the matter. Take this sealing vessel and capture a living soul stone of one of the golems, mind you. You'll have to weaken the brute first. Deliver the soul stone to Yum Epicon and see if she cannot ascertain the golem's origin. Oh, crap. How am I going to weaken one? Oh, this is going to suck. Jeez. That was close. Down in here. Yes, Yumcom Epcon. Why, yeah, that's me. At least that's who I think I am. Did you need something from me? Gummice polems? I fear I'm not familiar with them. Pumice golems? Oh. On the other hand, Ordain has told me all about them. Let us see what you've brought me now. Ooh, I can feel it pulsing with energy. You've certainly found a live one, haven't you? I must begin my analysis straight away. Now, where did I put my glasses? All right. Interesting, as always. Thank you. The freeze that came in the Calamity's wake has rendered Kothras nigh inhospitable. Many of the creatures that once made their home there have been forced to migrate lest they starve. Some arrive on our doorstep with naught else but their mind to feed. The worst of the beasts are the jackals, who have been spotted not far from this very spire. Adventurer, we call on your skill to dispatch these beasts before they make meals some unguarded traveler. This beg your pardons, fetid dodo meat will serve admirably as bait. Yeah, I would screw that word up too. Jackals, no more. We are most grateful. This kind of situation would not have arisen ere the calamity came and made Kothras nigh uninhabitable to its local fauna. With their water hoarded in vaults of ice and their herbage held under the snow, the larger beasts have become positively infernal in their need to survive. Take heed if you head northbound, for know that you are riding into battle. Been there, done that, and frozen solid multiple times. We got one more over here. Up here. Pray help me, friend. I've run clear out of lantern fuel, and I fear I won't make it long past sundown. I tried not to mess myself, but I heard that you can fashion makeshift lanterns by stealing those flying balloons inside these here lamps. Of course, it might take some coercing before they go in, if you know what I mean. Oh, crap, really? Again? Wait. Yeah, we can then capture. Oh, you want these things? You suck. Oh, it's a shroud here. One more should do it. Go. Ooh, that was close. There's another one. Using a balloon as a light source sounds like a one-time deal. Were you able to fashion me some lamps, friend? You're a godsend. Thanks to you, I'll be digging long past tonight. Them goes in their heels, hi-ho. Mayhap you can help me again, friend. I've got my eyes set on a new vein of ore, but these old legs of mine aren't quite long enough to get me there. Might you be so kind as to set these ladders up for me? I'd do it myself, but these parts have been terribly dangerous so late. I mean, there's a stone golem right there. Set up right in his nest. You must be desperate for the gold. Get off. There we go. It is what it is. Truly, you've done me well again. What with all those nasty critters lurking about, I could never have done the job myself. I know not what a man or lies in wait, but mark me words, one day I'll strike it rich and leave this place behind for good. Kind of like we are about to do, because that... You know what? Let's do that tribal quest. It's obviously not combat. Gathering? Nope. Crafting. Yes. And what are you crafting? Heh! A strange face you make, Ambrosica. Burning questions. You are, yes? Yeah, what are you trying to do here? Make myself clear, I did not. Only natural, your suspicion. Many exile would simply kill featherless ones and leave corpses for vultures. But think bird brain, not land. zealots. Clever Setsu and his crew do not. Endless wasteful. This war with forest people is. Waste of time, waste of resources. Ektal 9 is a group of thinkers, of crafters. This place, Ektal, this place for building dreams. To fly higher than other Ektal 9 dreams. But before we can fly, we must make wings. We must. Good at making things. Yes, you are. Yes. No weaver wouldn't see one. Setsu does. Way of moving, way of looking. Ka. Clothing has Setsu confused at first, though. Creating much better than destroying. Elixir and featherless ones can agree on that. Yes, can. Have Ambrosica create something for XL9, Setsu would. Build many things we can, but not everything is possible in this remote camp like this. You know a place called Fallout Gourd, yes? Whatever. Finely crafted facility. They have. Perfect for making airship hull interior components. Leather-backed plywood is component Setsu need. Make for strong and durable hull it will. Place order for raw materials with Kokyarn Merchant and Falgord Float. Setsu has. Ambrosica need only speak to Junkmonger. Spend no coin, you need not. Squawk. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Surprise for you, Setsu has. Protect and support hands when crafting tricky airship components. These gloves will. Even Clever Weaver needs help from time to time. Come back soon, featherless one. Master Merchant welcomes Maggie customer. Birdman tell Master Merchant of Chief Making. You take things for making and go to place for making things. You find making place at side of inn, not inside. Master Merchant thinks you have no time for thinking. Birdman Chief seems ready to burst at seams. Hilliard will give you helpful help. Alright. So, not inside, but outside. Hello there, adventurer. Come now, I can hardly hear you. I said, hello there. What's this? You wish to make use of our workshop? Well then, seeking your first timer. Allow me to give you a brief explanation of what we seek to accomplish here. As you are aware, Eorzea is populated with a plethora of artisans who create a range of wonderful wares. This workshop was created with such a diversity for craftswomen in mind. No matter your profession, our facility is designed to allow simply anyone to bring their materials and produce goods that demand an exquisite degree of precision and polish. Our small operation here at Bobbing Cork is only temporary until we secure more permanent residents, but I assure you that everything is fully functional. Now, what exciting project brought you to me this fine day? Damn, another cutscene. Oh, this is a tribal quest, that's understandable. What have we here? Ah, such a strange coincidence that you should happen to arrive bearing this very same rare material that... Hilliard, do you have any word on my delivery? And who might this young lady be? Why does she hold a component in materials that I ordered? This is outrageous. You cannot simply swoop in and snatch up the wares that I reserved a moon in advance. Please, Master Tatar Ramu? Yeah. You misunderstand. This adventurer brought these materials herself. Just brought them along, did she? Poppycock. What with all guild-grabbing mercenaries need with an airship hull component materials. Only a master engineer with the highest level of skill would be capable of utilizing the potential of such specialized items. And I highly doubt that anyone besides myself would have any use for them. I shall be gracious, however, and allow that you are some manner of artisan. Pray tell, what exactly do you intend to craft with those materials? I am ignoring the fact that your efforts will invariably result in a botched job and wasted resources. Master Tataru Ramu, this is hardly gentlemanly conduct. Shall I offer a view of the finished product then? Go ahead, madam. Craft your wares, and I shall appraise the quality of your work, free of charge. Master Tataru, I shall be cross with you if you continue with that tone. Here are your materials, miss. I am sure whatever you create will be absolutely splendid. That seems weird. What? It's lowered to current level? Yeah, I find that bullshit. Hmm? Oh, you mother... That is stupid. Craft away, madam. I will be waiting to appraise the results of your expertise. All done, are we? Now let's have a look at the travesty you've made out of... Gods be good! I can scarcely believe it. The craftsmanship is exemplary. And you say this component is to be used in the construction of an airship? I can't even imagine what type of hull you mean to build. Tell me, adventurer, who commissioned this work for you? I must know. Oh, what? That's incredible. Not to mention fascinating. Though I must wonder how one came to commission an adventure for airship parts. There was an odd rumor making the rounds amongst the engineers back at the company. It said a group of Ixil have carved out a secret camp in the Black Shroud and were conducting trials of some kind of secret weapon. I'd thought it idle gossip at the time, but it would appear the tale held merit after all. Your Ixil master seeks to craft an airborne vessel of war. I will not allow it. Transforming the wonder of air travel into a means of delivering death is blasphemy of the highest order. But, Master Tataru, what do you mean to do? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to march right into that secret camp and give those blasted birdmen a good telling off. You best stay out of my way. But you cannot simply... When it comes to airships, I'm afraid Master Tataru passion overpowers his capacity for common sense. Not that he had any in the first place. I wonder if he's even has any idea where he's going. Here, you better take your finished component and complete the delivery. Your appraiser appears to have forgotten in his haste and rushed off to chastise the exile. And that glove is going off immediately. Just who is Master Tatara Ramu? I could tell you, but that would be very exciting now, would it? Perhaps you might ask him yourself? Seriously. What is so special about those gloves? Nothing. Yeah, I'm so glad they got rid of that. Returned, have you? Able to craft component, weren't you? And found a Lala that's going to come here any moment. Made this, you did? Yes. Serve us well, this you'll begin construction on hull we can. Ah! I finally found you. I never realized just how big this forest was. Who is small, angry, featherless one? Never mind who I am. 'Tis you who are on trial here. Are you not the exiled master who seeks to build this death-dealing airship and bring war and destruction to Gridania? Have you no respect for the virtuous field of engineering your uncouth plan will irreverently sully? Weapons on airships, simply monstrous. Mind your tongue, you shall. Making airship with weapons says who is not. Been telling tales how someone has. Do not try to deny it. I have seen how the XL stole our technology to build those horrendous war balloons. Your kind knows not but killing a man. Ah, gladly too much angry one does. Seeketh not enough. Look at design on her own fate, she should. This schematic, it contains elements of both dirigible and airship. I've never seen anything like it. Hybrid vessel, Desulum Quellen. It is. Fly very high it shall. Ceiling altitude above 5,000 yalms. Damn. 5,000 yalms? That's impossible. An unattainable fantasy. Why, even Master Garland's Enterprise cannot reach such heights. You speak of visiting the heavens themselves. Yes, the heavens. Rasp on God's front door we shall. Knock, knock. Ayatollah, floating continent of legends it is. High, high above the clouds, place where Setsu's ancestors once lived. Return to Ixel's lost paradise we shall, all-consuming goal of Setsu's pizza it once was. But this dream, shared now by too few it is. Rather worship mad goddess Garuda and squabble with featherless ones, the Talon Ixel would. Waste of life, Setsu says. Help Echo 9 build balloon airship hybrid and reach for distant sky. Other Ixels should. What an incredible idea. You have such vision, such zeal. Setsu, I may have misjudged you a teeny bit. You must let me work with you. I will see this dream of yours become reality. You wish join Setsu crew, do you? Possess some skill at crafting, do you? Yes. Yes, I've studied airship design most extensively. And though my practical experience is admittedly limited, I vow that there is no who match my passion for the craft. Important passion is, but knowledge too you must have. Work you as hard as other Setsu will. Be spared for your size you will not. Thank you, sir. You won't regret this. Tataru Ramu at your service. And what of Ambrosica? Impressed with work Setsu is? Enjoying crafting with Setsu's glove, did you? Like second skin? Yes. Protect hands, but allow artisan to make delicate, difficult movements they do. Agree to have XL9 build Delzul Quellen and let Ambrosica keep glove Setsu will. Thanks. What say you, featherless one? Sprout wings and fly with us. Yes. Send it. Feathers of the spirit we share. Hard to imagine to look at us now, it is, but an age when Ixo flew on power of their own wings there once was. Sad then that wrath of elements we incurred. Banished from forests and stripped of gift of flight we were. With the younglings hatched outside forests, something wrong there was. Stunted their feathers were. But lose their desire to soar, Ixo never did. In place of lost wings, great balloons Setsu forefather made. Such ingenuity seek to continue their legacy XL9 does. But forgotten joy of crafting own wings, not allowing Ixil have. Grovel instead to goddess they do, grovel and beg. Fools! Grant them new wings Garuda never will. Seek only to increase her might, the goddess does. Always more sacrifices, always more crystals. Nothing more than slaves, not allowing Ixils are. But not Ektal 9, no. Soar once again we shall, with Deslin Quallen, our salvation, our waking dreams lie. Work hard and see history written, Ambrosica shall. Okay, so... Well, that's going to be something for a later date. Huh. Yeah, I got other stuff to focus on in terms of society quests. So, ignoring that, North Shroud is done. That's the entirety of the Shroud. And with that, we will go and freeze in the Kothris Highlands. Cute. Want all those off. Whoops. Yeah. Okay, everything's on. Oh yeah, we've got a handful out here. No. Nope. There you are. Chocobo! That must mean that's a field of greens. Yep. Cluster. Oh, great. I need to talk to you, adventurer. I was down in the snow keep, keeping out of the wind when I heard whispers. I swear it on me lives of me chocobos. Couldn't see anyone in there, but I'm sure I heard something. Go and see who 'twas, else I don't know how I'll sleep tonight. Okay. Hello. I am a snowman. I are a snowman. Man of snow. Dripping wet is. Our hold on life is slipping. Sad are so many dreams we had. Rally my spirits, won't you? Ere the final. What? Profane you do our pain with a rally so mundane. As to shelter us with a booth, my ice-bound heart do soothe. If this is a pixie, I'm gonna be pissed. Willing I are to take up the top billing, a battery of gallantry from the artillery of flattery. Cheer us until dry are the tears. Son of a... Like me, you do really twice does lightning strike. Kiss me, friend. If us you'll miss, throw it, though. Not nice to smooch on snow. Farewell, adventure, so many troubles you quell. Peace we is at, drunk we have. Life to these, bye-bye to world, all that lives must someday die. Must someday die. Huh. I wonder if that quest was supposed to teach new players about the emote system. Seems kind of odd that you have it all the way out here in Kothros, but... Did you find out who was talking? I can see from your aspect you did. Snowman. You don't say. And speaking in a rude posy? I see now. Someone's having a bit of fun with both of us. Likely some young'uns. I'll rest easy now that I can tell you that. There's the throw emote. I can't see how I ought to care, but I saw a fella out there throwing snowballs at a snowman. Why would anyone engage in such jokkery in the cold? I can't rightly say. Went nut gathering and lot. Some more to be found, I guess. Better make sure that it don't happen to you, lass. Not that I know precisely what happened, mind you. What's that? Me? Ask? I got chocobos to see. If... Holy crap. Vicarios. If Vicarios wants to be up and his head soup on the snow, I can't see what business of mine it'll be. Yep, that's be his name. Vicarios. I don't know, he sells things, goes places, don't seem like no kind of life to me, begging pardon. You want to see him? I reckon he's somewhere about. Walking softly, eh, adventurer? Those around here think I'm a winter drunk, I'll wager. Ha! Never seen a snow toss before, lazy Diabolos. Sit on your ass in front of the poor fire too long, and soon you'll be swiveling white knuckles. You'll sleep better for tossing snowballs without needing laid meat or Mrs. Ale to sing the lullaby. What do you say? Why not give it a try? Simple as you imagine. Just reach on down, grab some powdery white, and through. Well, let's give it a shot. Nope, not that one. Yep. It is as is. Help me for the Ruth of Halo and help me. My caravan and all are slain. Some huge and savage lunged out of the storm. The screams, I gotta go and kill the swiveling thing. Kill it as they did my traveling companions. As long as that monster's out there, everyone's on our asses. We'll be hanging out in the wild. Look sharp, eh? Adventure as adept as you are with steel, whatever it was, it seems to be everywhere at once. Red murder reefed in a white storm. Sounds like it could be a rock album. Damn. It left nothing. Wait. Oh my god. Really? Either that's a Monty Python reference or this... whatever. Oh, killed by this weird little thing? Huh? I took the span of its leap from the span of the giant's limbs. Crept little rudder. Killing far more than it could have hoped to eat. Where's the gain in that? Well, I'm obliged to you. You get to know them who traveled the trade routes with you. Good men they were, every last one. Even not the tall fellow from Gridania. We could have spared him easily. And I'm glad I've settled the hash of that murdering pocket fiend. You learned the motion. How about we have ourselves some fun, huh? Reach on down to that powder and throw a good-sized lump at me, hard as you can. Though make sure you take aim first, much as I'd get a good lift out of it. I doubt Diabolos here would fancy a face full of snow. Oh, that's tempting. Oh, you got an arm to write songs about. Bet that felt good, eh? Cold hams, warm heart, and that's the secret to long living. Really though, there ain't much to it. Just throw where there's snow underfoot, and of course, try to do the same thing on other kinds of ground, you'll end up with a fistful to nothing. Where's the gain in that? Anywho, what I'd like to do is toss snowballs at snowmen. That way you can hurl them as hard as you fancy. Snowmen don't mind, they're made of the same stuff, eh? Go on, give it a go. Try throwing at the snowman right outside. Really teaching the emotes, huh? Damn. Viera is throwing. Should I eat? Maybe I eat. No, I eat, dummy. Dummy dummy throw like zero. I'll become yummy yummy if throw like hero. These snowmen are something else. Aim is yummy yummy. Still much fear though. Hero not there. Throw at to me again. Gee, finally throw of a hero. All yummy, no dummy. There's snow on my boots. I am happy now. Snow tossed, hero made. I tired. Need to sleep. No worry of what they say. They call you crazy. Revolutionaries always get called crazy. Uh-huh. Yep. That was interesting. There you are. You were at it a while. Nothing like a little hoarfrost on the nose there, eh? Snowman talked, you say? Don't see how. Rolled the thing myself, and it wasn't like I engaged in a swiveling white mage. Now you go lie down for a spell and don't say nothing to them inside. I figure you a winter drunk for sure. They might even put you in for a leeching. Come by for another snow toss when you feel less fanciful. This damned winter can't last forever, but if it does, maybe I'll start a snow toss tourney. See if I can make a gill or two. Well, that was a fun way to make a emote. Let's see what we got inside here. Nope. It's up where the boy who almost got framed. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Hello there, Azure Dragoon. Yeah, he should be back by now. Even if he had to wait out the worst of this storm. Couldn't he have wandered on to the Nord Road? That way roam feral crooks? Adventurer, I sent a runner to Camp Dragonhead, but he is many hours overdue. I fear he may have lost his way, green recruit that he is. I would prevail upon you to fetch him back. Well, I'll either come back with him or at least his boots. I was joking about that. Well, these crocs made a mess of that, and now I feel like an ass. Oh, adventure, where is the tomfool? If he's lost something to frostbite, he has nothing to blame but himself. Yeah, he lost a lot. This is the boy's ring. What does this mean? A feral croc? Are you certain? He could have simply dropped it. I'll not stand for surmise when the boy's honor... What? Yes, he had ginger hair. Oh, for the Ruth of Halone. He was a good lad, fired to take his place at the war against the dragons. To die so ignominiously instead, I cannot tell his sire. Yet to lie to a fellow knight about his son, 'tis more than I can tease right out. I mislike adventurers, as well as you know. That wretched death on the North Road binds us together. It is the will of the Fury. After much reflection, I've decided to send you to Camp Dragonhead with the ring, for Theobalin, the boy's father. It ill becomes the knight to prevocate, but I have added the boy's name to the patrol that was lost to the dragons. You must tell Theobalin that his son died glorious in battle. Let his name not stand in shame. He deserves better. Fair enough. Those darn crocs. Always causing problems. God, that snow really drops everything. You seek Theobalin. I am he. A ring? Talk sense, adventurer. This is my wife's naming ring, which I took off her cold fingers so many years ago. I gave it to our son after his swearing of the sword. You need not look so beetle-browed, adventurer. I know what this means. My son is dead. My line is ended. Yes, I know what this means. There was a patrol out of Skyfire Locks last night that was killed to the last man. Was he one of them? Ah. Then he died well, for I heard they brought down 2 dragons before the fire came for them. In every generation of my family, at least one side has died in the crusade. I scarce remember my father, who fell manning the ballista at the locks, and I the last of 3 brothers. I had 4 sons and a daughter. 2 of my boys did not live to see their first name day. My wife died in childbirth with a 3rd. Sickness took my daughter along with her babes. Yet our honor is intact, for my son gave his life to the cause. Would that he had known more days, fought more battles ere he fell. That is my only regret. Thank you for your message. You lack no courage to make your way to Kothras in these troubled times. Holy fuck. I mean, I know they went that route with Hall of Heaven's Ward, but Jesus. Four boys, a daughter, and a wife. That's the kind of stuff that drives men to be heretics. Jesus. Oh. The common folk of Ishgard know to seek shelter in Skyfire Locks when the dragons attack in force. Each stronghold must be victualated with these extra mouths to feed. Will you help secure meat and sheepskin from the Karakuls that roam the snowy plains? These stockpiles will mean the difference between life and death for the helpless folk under our protection. When the sheep are skinned and dressed, make your deliveries to the strongholds and watchtowers. Every morsel, every shield against the cold counts no matter how small. Right, we are on it. Meat for the bellies and wool for the bodies. Oh, it is gathering time. For those who don't know, dark steel ore gatherable right there in Kothras Highlands from 1 a.m. Eorzean time to 3 a.m. Eorzean time. And there should be more of these little buggers over here. Or are these? Nope, these are the ones I want as well. Is that 6? That is 6. Sweet. So now we go all along the watchtower. Yeah. Okay. Pa pa pa. What do they expect to do with such paltry... Forgive me, I speak out of turn. You have done a good duty, and a great service it is to us, for we are short of men. It is the enemy that weighs on me, the snow rather than fire. for you, 3 for you. Thank you kindly, Ambrosica. We are without men. We need to lay in extra supplies, so thin we are stretched by the terrors of this winter. Adventurers such as yourself were sent by Halo herself. Would that the commander saw the truth of it. How like Intel to entrust an important task to this of an adventurer. You, at least, can be trusted to complete the work you are given. But still, I thank you for delivery. You may go. Oh well. Thank you for these. 'Tis miserable work dressing so many beasts in a cold such as this. Would that this meat were for a feast to celebrate a victory. I hear the unbelievers grow bold, hampered as we are by the snow. I pray that we are not defeated by cold and hunger ere we can meet the dragons in the battle. Alright, everybody is taken care of for the time being. Probably won't last long, but every little bit helps. My gratitude, adventurer. The rocks upon which Ishgard is built are less stalwart than we could have ever thought. 5 years ago, there has never been such a time as this. The shadows gather with Alakri, and we must make whatever preparations we can. Alright, time for Dragonhead. And boy, do we got a lot of stuff over there. Yeah, this is the one. Arthuriux. Thoriol. Trist is I used to be galled when I put fire duty, but I've come to thank me lucky stars. In Kothris, dull and warm beats dull and cold any time. I have no complaints about the war, to be certain. We're short-handed here, though. So dim our lights have grown, 'tis no wonder the patrol mistook the wisps for the stronghold. The north wind blows hard tonight. Will you patrol the braziers and light those that are dark? Listen to that shriek. Sometimes I swear that the very climes have declared war against us. Here, take this bit of live coal to light the braziers with. That's one. That is two. I don't think there's any out here. They call it 3. Holy crap, that snow really hinders things. We'll say this is 4. And pretend this is 5. All done. Come closer to the fire. You're looking a mite blue. It gladdens my heart to know that all the braziers are lit tonight, giving freely of their light and warmth. Yes, dull and warm and some port. As I've said, I have no complaints about the warmth, not a one. That is but true. Alright. And for you... Oh, shit. I have it on good authority that the dragons have once again been spotted around Steel Vigil. Yet, it would not serve to send knights in the area, considering the entirely disgraceful hurly-burly over Lord Francel. Will you investigate Steel Vigil in our stead? Yeah, the boy made a mistake and almost got 3 knights killed. A dragonfly? Really? Where? There you are. You have some dark news. It is writ upon your aspect. Come speak. This tomb, it is notorious. Forbidden by the Holy See, of course, and a frequent trophy of the Inquisitor's raids of the unbelievers. If you found this in Steel Vigil, it can only mean that the unbelievers infest the ruins. They must have been tasked by the Dravanians to keep watch and thwart any attempts to rebid the Vigil. Traitors to their blood. I would that they once but one black heart. My sword would pierce its rotten core, forever rid us of their kind. And we're just gonna ignore that fact and move on. Adventurer, I'd hear you like a good hunt. The common folk tell me that they have lost a good many of their animals to an ogre. Their petitions have come not, so they come to me, and I, in turn, come to you. We must needs have a decoy for this hunt, but I would not ask the folk to risk more of their livelihood. Let us use my own beloved Sebastian to lure this ogre out into the open. Oh, he is my darling Kakaru. A wise knight keeps her own source of wool. Yes, Sebastian has clothed me since I came to this camp, and will someday feed me too, no doubt. Jesus. But today you will return him to me safe and sound. I don't think Sebastian's gonna like that. The ogre doesn't want to be fed, he wants to hunt. Don't worry, Sebastian, you were never any real danger. Probably. Oh, yeah. Cypress wood appears over there from, what is it? 9 a.m. Eorzea time to 12 p.m. noon. Where the... Oh, she's inside. That's right. That's the way he always looks. Orantulo spoke highly of you, and he is right, I think. There's much to be said of a woman who's sworn not to a master, but to her work. With adventurers, one need only speak the end, and they devise their own means. A word, adventurer. House Four Temps has called a new reward on the snow wolves that harass our supply trains. These creatures are most dangerous when young and starved, and this litter of four is both. I lost two good men to these wolves. Had they been knights, hunting horns would have sounded ere their blood had rusted. I would see you avenge them, and the reward is a fair one. Bring back the hides, and we shall both gain what we seek. God damn. How many people are gonna die out here? You. We'll leave the sprite be. You. And one more for good measure. Yeah, that way. From that smug look on your face, I should say there are 4 fewer wolves in Kothros today. Show me the pelts and complete your triumph. These are they. See the markings here? With these hell pups gone, all our people shall breathe easier. How near it is that we scorn death in the maws of the ravenous beasts. These men died in battle as surely as any on the Dragonpire. When knights are thin upon the ground, it is the lowly of the house who suffer. Grooms, washers, porters, and yeomen. Our houses patch with adventurers, whatever is their threadbare, but some of the other high houses continue to bar the gates against the Outlanders altogether, or treat them in such disdain that any service they accept must be surely barretained. Honor is in how justly we treat each other, who serve the cause alongside us, in life and death. Out of honor flows all that makes a man a boy, a woman a girl. Surely when we meet Helone in the afterlife, 'tis honor she judges, not pride. Cha-cha-cha. A word, if I may. Have you the inclination to undertake another commission? I would not ask if you did not look rested and refreshed. You may have heard whispers of it, but a patrol lost its way in a blizzard and wandered into the ogre's belly. Needless to say, not all of them returned alive, and the sawbones have been carving all manners of bits of those that did. They mistook willow wakes for the light of the camp and were lured into the cave. We have enough perils around us without those quizzling devils amusing themselves thus. We cannot have men gainsaying with their own eyes, afraid to trust the lights they see in the distance. Will you take yourself to Ogre Belly and dispatch those wicks? Oh, the poor little things. They're just playful wisps. Fine. Fine. I'll go beat a bunch of floating gas balls. That are underground. No. Oh, please tell me I got lost again. There we go. That looks cold. We must be on the right path. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 Back so soon and with full success. Those wikes never knew what struck them, I'll wager. Bye alone. It's good to have something go well. Ah, forgive my outburst. It's been a difficult week, Moon. Some longer time span. Like a siege that none exists. A man cannot live in a constant state of unhappy strain. I beg to fucking differ. The success of your convoy back to me means a great deal. A moment, if you will. You are the adventurer who cleared our Lord Franco's good name, are you not? Allow me to thank you. His lordship is House Hallenart. You see, and unjust it is that he was born under a waning moon. Yet what was thin must eventually grow fat again. I would thank Lord Harshfont as well. But I should not like to see as currying favor either for myself or for my house. I would present him with a gift under your name if you are amenable. I've selected a bottle of nectar for his lordship. Will you collect it from the wine cellar downstairs and deliver it to Medguis still in the kitchen? The wine cellar is called Emmanuel, and the bill has been settled. And I can guarantee you that he is probably not going to be able to drink it. Ambrosica Kaninkuro. I must be rising in this world to have custom of the most famous adventurer of these parts. How may I serve? Sir Arlene sent you? Of course. Here's the bottle she ordered, and a fine choice, if I may say so. This nectar was mixed with the blessed water of the weeping saint, sweet and iceless even in the deep winter. 'Twas no mean feat procuring such choice liquor with the road snowbound, but I aim to please. Kitchen? Kitchen? Nope, you're not a kitchen. No? No? Well... Look. There you are. Well, if it isn't Ambrosica Kaninkuro, everyone's talking about you, you know? Looking for a place to hide? With a warm bottle? Absolutely. Sweet goddess, Daffin's Joy? I haven't seen one of these upon the sideboard for a good many moons. This is too rich for your purse, I'd wager. So it must be from Arlene? I guess, well, didn't I not? The high houses of Ishgard are descended from the heroes who stood with Haldrath, the first Azure Dragoon. They are like brothers, Lord Harshaphant says. They bicker ceaselessly, but they must remember to hold fast to one another when the safety of Ishgard is at stake. Thank you for delivering this, and serving as Sir Arlade's decoy. Lord Harshaphant has been quite deprived of his favorite indulgence since the cold grew so ferocious. Doing these after the fact just does not bode well. Right. Now, how do I get out of here? Hey, you, no nighttime for niceties. I'm waiting on that cerulean. That old Don Cutpurse, what calls himself a traitor, is late with his shipment. Cerulean burns like ale while in the winter, and there's no going without it to make the fire sand for this ballista. Curse that Singot. What does he think we're fighting here, ladybugs? You'd look like you'd enjoy a spot of heat. Find out where my cerulean mortar is. Go to Sigurd and, lean on him a little. Question him like. I tell you, those old Dons keen on being paid, not keen on doing their work. Can't trust them. Especially that lot at this Sapphire Avenue exchange. Wow. Oh, you want me to go to Thanalan? Holy crap. Okay. Well. Alright, where are we going? Yep, to the Sapphire Avenue. Welcome, welcome. What might a discerning... Oh, not here to buy? Then might I suggest you browse quietly? I am quite busy. Ah, right. That's right, you scold him. From Edwin and Corthorus? Oh dear. My friend, may I call you that? Oh well then, Ambrosica, there is a problem with Ceruleum, and if you think Edwin is vexed, you have no idea how difficult it is for me. Go on. Angry about the Cerulean order being late, that he is. Friend, pardon me, Ambrosica. I understand his situation, I really do. I would ship the stuff to him if I had any. The fact is, it's been a mighty struggle for many moons to procure processed ceruleum from Amalia and Son. And now they've entirely ceased doing business with most vendors. It's a hard life being the middleman, my dear lady. We pay for the sins of producers like Amalia, and what do we get from them in turn? Not so much as a how do you do. Edwin's quarrel is with them, not me. What the hell do you want? Whatever. Do you not know? The concern has exclusive rights to the mine ceruleum in northern Thanalan. They can do whatever they want. You can always try to them directly. Go to Papa Wazoo at Camp Blue Fog. Though I warn you, he's a smug little toad. For a white quest, this is taking me all over the world. Alright. Before you get a stiletto up the butt, you better have good answers. And who are you? Adventurer. I don't remember ordering any. And I would remember something like that, seeing as I am the employee of the moon for the 9th time. Thank you. Shush now. I'm listening to this scruffy lady. Alright. Here's a Lala that deserves to get punted across Eorzea. An inquiry about processed ceruleum shipment from Singot in Ul'dah. Interesting. So, we may have a shared problem here, as unlikely as that sounds, but we would love to ship ceruleum, but there's far too little of it coming in out of the plant. I suspect thievery. A little skimming off the top, Furthermore, I suspect the porters. I was going to just keep an eye, but wouldn't want the trouble with the labor confraternries, you know? But you are welcome to doubt and question them. And I use one problem to solve another. Brilliant. Stealing ceruleum. 1, I ought to punch you in the face for that my reputation. 2, you'd think I'd still be here with my arse out in the wind if I'd be made off with that kind of loot? We're doing honest work here with all manners of nasties, just yalms away. You doubt my words? Go check the ceruleum in the barrels. Ain't nothing missing from what's in the books. Well, that's new. Gotta take care of that. Should. Oh crap, those are still on. Whoopsie. Goblins? Drinking ceruleum? Oh, I have seen everything. Well, I guess I don't need to get a champion from the confraternity. That's a relief. But we'll have to make an extra trip to the plant to make up for what those cursed troppers put down the hatch. Yeah, usually only see them going after minerals. Interesting. Goblins. No, I definitely didn't order any. We do sometimes, though, for business reasons. Everybody does it. Shush. You can stop talking now. Shoot. I'll have to hire guards for that whole area. Ooh, I have an idea. Raise the price and call it special security surcharge. Yep, you definitely work out of Ul'dah. Anyway, the ceruleum must flow. No more delays in shipping. Another brilliant coup by Papa Wazoo. Oh, is that a feather? For my cap? Why, thank you very much. So, you can tell Singot that his shipment will be there in just a few days. Unfortunately, there will be a wee increase in the price. Security surcharge, you know, everybody does it. Oh, he's gonna love that. Passing the check and all. Welcome, welcome. What might I do? No, fuck. So, my dear lady, you're telling me that they're shipping what's owed me, but charging more for it. I wish Amaja and all his sons the joy of my gal. I hope it gives them gout. I do appreciate you sorting this out. And with that talk, Papa Wazoo, no less, discerning middleman such as myself will certainly remember you for future commissions. I think that ended that cycle. So we'll leave what he has there for when we come back to Ul'dah. Go back to Camp Dragonhead and finish up those. Well, Matt's sister in the drudgery. I am a sellsword myself, but I doubt the slot here rates any higher than adventurers. But I can't complain. I have 3 squares and a clean straw enough to sleep in, even if I moil all day for it. Any rude, thought I'd share some work with you today. Wagon bound for House Four Temps broke its wheel on the way and sent word that they'll be half a day late. Ain't showed up yet. They're on the East Road. Those legs of yours won't find it too far. I got my own donkey work to see to. But we'll have a mug of something when you return. Wow. That's more than a broken wheel. Holy crap. Guess there are no survivors. Again. Seriously, what are we up to? Like 10 for the death toll of all these quests? You made good time. What news? Ixal. Got them all, huh? Poor sods. I tell you, the high and mighty around these parts don't even see the black and white. They see dragons and not dragons. You know what I speak. All manner of nasties that don't breathe fire kill just as many men, but that's neither here nor there for them. Ain't nothing to me either, I suppose. This place, not enough men, not enough arms, and cold enough to make a man piss ice. Okay, I have to remember that one. God, I have to remember that one. I tell you, coming west to offer my services was maybe less wise than I thought. This is a chill that even a bowl of Muntoy soup couldn't cure. Ah, to be in Gridania again. Cold enough to make a man piss ice. I like that one. I hail from Gridania, same as you. Fighting the Ixal is what we do here, but sure didn't expect to see them in these mountains. I know those shite birds, and they're up to something. It's nothing I can't do my employer with. It's just a feeling. But whenever I got this feeling in the 12's wood and nothing got done, something bad bit us on the arse. I've not a moment to spare, and feeling grows stronger. It'll be comes a sellsword to part with his own guild in this manner. But will you enter the Ixal layer to the east and see if there are any clues to be found? Alright, let's go play with the birdies. And hopefully not find any more corpses. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Anyway. What news, sister? What is it that you carry? It's a log. Rolls downstairs, goes over in pairs, rolls over your neighbor's dog. This is Black Yew from the North Shroud, unknown in Korthras. The Ixal made it living blinds and walls. It says walls, right? Yeah. But the yew being slow to grow, why would they bother to cut it down and convey it west? Unless the Ixal mean to stay here. This is the beginning of a settlement. While the Ishgardians busy themselves with dragons, the birdsmen are stealing this patch of Korthras right from under their noses. I tell you, unless the Holy See acts now, the Ixal will rapidly gain a foothold in this area. That means more war. And though that means more work for the likes of me, I have enough as it is. The Ixal are moving into Korthras in a lasting way. It is no small task to bring those logs from the 12's wood this far. They must be using their cursed balloons, those shite birds. Even their supplies have wings. What comes out of the balloons goes into the ground in Korthras. We need to hit them now before their settlement gets bigger. The Ishgardians won't give us swivel till it's too late. I need my own people. Take this letter to a reprobate. Name is Saldur. El? We fought together in Quiver once. His levies garrisoned at Falgord Float. I fight not for Ishgard in this matter, but if they want to consider it a debt, fine by me. It goads me to that the Ixal are waltzing into Korthras right under my nose. And we can fly there. So let's see, we got a few more there. We got a whole crap ton at White Brim. We got one way in the distance there. So we probably will be finishing up in Korthras with this. And I love the fact that all the junk that I've put on the market is selling. Yep. Damn and blast, that hurts. I hate being wounded worse than being dead. They call me the ram that batters, not the battered sheep. Ambrosica, well, state your business. A letter from me? From Belmont? Well, well, well. I tell you, how the best tactics officer in the White Rams ever had can suffer to be Moylan sellsword, that one I'll never understand. The roads haven't rusted that bucket of his? If he says the shite birds are moving into Corthris, that's good enough. We White Rams owe the Excel pain. Tell him whatever we can. We'll just name it. Here now, before you go all the way back to Corthris, why not stretch your legs a little? Give those Excel wild talents for me. They had the look of newcomers to this area, which means they won't stray far from where I saw them. The Gomorrah ruins. Look for fresh kill, something big. Boom. Yeah, that's pretty big. Of course it's raining. Did me a good turn, did you? Much appreciated, Ambrosica. I'll be paying their friends a visit when I'm back on my feet. Still, Lockout's going to tear me a new one for letting the Wild Towns get the jump on me. This way I can at least tell her the birds didn't live too long afterwards. Well, mad adventurer, may I call you Ambrosica? I'm Irene, a tactical officer of the White Rams, and apparently medic, for I find myself in the ordeal of keeping an eye on this lug. Oh, shut it, Sorodel. So, the matter of you were speaking to is Sorodel about? I'm certain Instructor Mulcolt will be keen to hear of the Excel's movement to the west. Best you talk to her straight away and make plans. That'd be Mia Mulcott, the leader of the White Rams and instructor of God's Quiver. She bides this day at Eugene's Spire to the north. Take Belmont's word with her. And do watch yourself, Mia Mulcott, slain as many Ixil in battle as there are trees in the wood of Proud Creek. She can be scary. Waste her time with muffles or bluster, and she might use you as Ixel bait. I like her already. Who scratches at my door? An adventurer on the prowl for Mia Mulcott? I am she, born to be the bane of the birdmen. I lead the White Rams, an arrow of the God's Quiver, aimed at the craven heart of the Excel. I see. We must act right now, to stop this threat. Extending the defensive line against the Excel northwest into Corthris will be no stroll through the woods, but how the birdies will struggle in the net. I can already hear their little necks breaking. Oh, I like her. The White Rams are stationed at Eugenia's Spire, ostensibly on guard duty. Oh yes, protecting the trees of this forest from the miscreants in the Exali logging grounds to the north. Very defensive. Play defensive long enough and the enemy forgets we can attack. I suppose that was the idea, but now the enemy anticipates us. Those mocking, tweeting birds have sealed off the north corridor with a blockade. I spit on their cunning. It keeps me from their wee necks. Adventurer, take down the blockade with his bomb finger. That could be phrased better. Little Bird's is not content to have a few more quiet moons before all hell breaks loose. Fine. The Excel shall feel the ram right meow. Huh. Oh, I gotta do that. Well, blasted, a perfect detonation. Put up your little blockades, my wee birds, and down they go like a cradle on a bough. There'll be nothing, but nothing to stand between the white rams and our prey. Kothras and the Twelveswood, busy little birdies they've been, filling their crops with all manner of juicy worms. Or juicy something else. How now, there's a thought. They could be extracting crystals from those trees. Treats for their big bird, the primal Garuda. Adventurer, are you as fleet as they say? I've got a letter going to Kothras for Belmont. Tell that byblow he can count on us, and that he'd better be as good as a tactician as he used to be, even if he sleeps on feathered beds now with a strumpet on each side of him. Wow, that kitty's jelly-o-so. Oof. Yeah. Back into the cold of the not north. God, which is really a pain in the ass with that. Back in one piece. Pardon me if I don't ask about the journey, but what did Isildrael say? Think you get the White Rams interested? A letter from Mulcott? By the 12, the Ixil are cutting down trees in the Twelveswood. And to offer the crystals to Garuda, 'tis worse than I thought. She said that, eh? Suppose I've been soft long enough. I've eaten my fine table scraps and slept on a feather bed or two. Though I won't swear to the other thing. It is the will of the 12, it is what it is. The White Rams and Twelveswood, me and Kothras, with whomever will rejoin me. The high and mighty houses of Ishgard can go swine themselves. We'll stop the Ixo with or without him. Good luck with that. But there we go. I had a son once, a fine boy. Maybe if he'd lived, he would have found a fine girl like you, and I'd be dangling a grandchild on my knee. But he wandered into Ogre's belly in a blizzard, and one of the beasts there killed him. I'm neither a knight nor a maid, but I can tell you my heart cries out for vengeance. make justice even after all these years. I won't go to my grave knowing that creature will blighted another life as it did mine. Take all that I have left, but slay that Gokurutar. Here's this bottle of Karakuro blood. Pour it out and the scent will draw the creature. It doesn't care what kind of blood it is, you see. Once it senses prey, you'll be ready, won't you? Alright. Add another body to the list. Nope. It's inside the cave, isn't it? Yeah, it's in the ogre's belly, that's right. Down, down, down we go. All right. One big fella coming up. Did I? No, I didn't see something. Oh boy. Yep, 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 yep. Let's see, there's a lot out there. I think I'll hit this one. Alright, where are the stairs? There they are! No, I'm not troublemaker. Thank the Fury you're safe. Thought my revenge had been the death of you. You say the monster that is dead? Thank you, kind girl. And would you look at that, you found his rosary. As bright as the day, his father put it around his neck. They say mithril never loses its luster. Not like life, eh? Fall to a dragon, go to heaven. Fall to what else? Who gives to hells? That's the Ishgardian way. He was a scout and a good one, I'm told. But he died a fool's death, and a fool deserves no justice. They found him, and left his things where they lay. Left him where he lay, his own comrades. But you didn't, did you? You picked this up and brought it to me. Good heart and a noble soul to keep your promise and do the kind thing unbidden. You are the justice I sought after, adventurer, and now I may live out my days in peace. Fair enough. That daughter of mine, when she has a mind to do a thing, there's no stopping her. She's gone off to the Weeping Saint alone. I've told her time and time again it's not safe with all the unbelievers about. You're one of those fearless, fire-breathing adventurers, aren't you? Normally I'd tell you to stay away from my fine, high-spirited lass, but right now, I bid you go to the hot pursuit to the Weeping Saint and bring her back safe and sound. Wow. This really built up for Heaven's Ward, for the tone they were making for it. Yeah, you got fallen soldiers and folk all over the place. You got fine lasses running off to who knows where. The houses not caring about any threat outside of the dragons. My father sent you to fetch me back. My, he must be overstrung. He usually mislikes adventure. He knows very well that I must have the blessed water, and one can hardly get it anywhere else. Father means well, but I cannot have him ordering me home and insisting on armed chaperones. This war is older than he or his own father. What does he mean to do? Hide me away in the tea caddy and hope the war ends before I am old and gray? Still, I am not insensitive to the dangers. Will you keep watch while I fetch the water? Who knows, you may discover an unbeliever in the word works. Oh, where is... What truck have I with you, or you with me, huh? Oh, may partake in the saints' tears, or do you believe that I am not worthy? I am. I am. I know what you're thinking, adventurer woman, I do. You are as transparent as the water there, the water she's taking. You think I'm one of those unbelievers? I find your accusations vile, and remove myself from your foul presence. Sure. Completely believable. What's wrong, and what is that you have there in your hand? 'Tis no soldier's weapon, and none but knights have leave to bring weapon into a holy place. Perhaps there really was a heretic here. Or have I somehow summoned one of my careless jests? I shall return to Camp Draghead forthwith. I am not easy in mind, kind adventurer. You'd best not to linger. Well, at least one person made it back alive. Oh, boy. Yep, this way. I will remember it one day. I thank you for her safe return, but she is much subdued and will not tell me what passed at Weeping Saint. I shall want answers, and quickly. Strange, furtive man, you say, gazing fix upon my girl, and armed with a holy place? It may well have been an unbeliever, for who would risk doing such things? Girl of noble blood who eschews the seclusion that is her due makes an excellent prey. Of course I know this. Many think me a scandal for allowing a daughter to run wild. And of course I worry, every day, every minute. Yet I would not take the world from her. She is what she is, a rambling rose. She could not help what she was born to. I will keep her safe. From a distance, mayhap, but safe. Yeah. Decent father, at least. Know you a gorge called Witch Drop? Sharp as claws, hard as steel, it is where they suspected of heresy are judged by the Inquisition. The guilty would fly to escape death, using the power granted them by the Dravanians, and the temple archers would hit an arrow through their black hearts. The innocent would break upon the gorge floor, their purity proven. Their souls would ascend to Halon's halls, there awaiting their loved ones. The one I loved was judged at Witch Drop. He went to his death with a rosary upon him. I carved the crystals myself. I had only made 4 before he was taken. I think mayhap the beads lie forgotten on the floor of that gorge. They say you have keen eyes, closed lips, and a kind heart. Will you find the rosary for my heart sucker? I do not expect all 4 beads, but please, good adventurer, as many as you can. Yeah, the witch trials of the fake inquisitor. Definitely a lot of people went down here. A lot of good people. One of 6. I think we have a little miscount. Boom. Nope. Not troublemaker. There we go. Four. Huh. You don't look suspicious. Adventurer, did you find what my heart seeks? There they are. How strange to see them again after all that has passed. Thank you for finding so many. Though mayhap there would be one missing. Madagallant has it, I believe, and so this rosary binds us together. Was he an unbeliever? His faith was not the conflagration that other men set to the house of their heart, yet I do not know, and never shall. I sought to mislay all memory of him, but he was my great friend as well as my betrothed. A lady of Ishgard does not deny a friend, even if the ways of the world would have us deny our own fathers and husbands. And so, I shall never forget Madagallant. I was hoping to finish this up without having another body added to the pile. God. I think it's like 16 now. Alright. Let's go to the far reaches of Kothros and use this one to finish everything else. Nope, this way. Cha-cha. Do-do-do. Do-do. Do. Do, do, do. Watch, this is gonna be a multi-chain. Alright, here we are at the tower that once warmed a wedge. I say, are you the... Forgive me. I am Caitlin. a banner house of House Hallentre. Are you not the adventurer who proved our liege's lord incense? Ah, it is you. You are forged of metal, true, madam, and I rejoice to meet you, for there is a delicate mission that only a woman most steadfast may be trusted with. From high upon Monument Tower, we keep watch over the doings of the Garlean outposts. They have been far too active for our heart's ease lately, and we must discourage these forays without resorting to outright hostility. Make a round of the 3 hotspots and look for any trace of Garleans. Sir Pyramons awaits at the Orem Vale for your report. Speed of the Fury be with you, and her Ruth as well. Down. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. That takes care of that. Now let's see if we can go find some more playmates. You ask if I'm a soldier of Garlemald? Why, this strange lad is outside the fold of the Empire. 'Twould be strange to see a Garlean here. You doubt me? I care not. Why would a soldier of Garlemald venture into enemy territory? Enemy foolish as well as barbaric, for none can resist our... What I mean to say is the mighty Garlemald... Damn it. Retreat! Retreat! Do-do-do. Do-do-do. And 3 makes baby. What? All 3? You found Garleans at all 3 locations? We espied them slipping over the border from Mordona to survey something, but these forays must be more frequent than we thought. We must have increased patrols in the area. I bid you beware, adventurer. If your footloose ways lead you to Mordona, return safely, and be our eyes in the wilderness again. All right. That's a lot over there. Holy shit, that is a lot. God damn. I'll have to remember that for when I get around to doing Ishgard. But as for now, I think that is a good stopping point for this one. So I'll head back to Realm Home. Maybe. There we go. So yeah, those were all of the white quests in Gridania and the Shroud. They're not massively important to the story. Most people just skip over them, ignore them, pass them by. You get little things here and there, some goodies and whatnot. We got, what, 2 emotes? We got the throw emote, and we got... What was the other emote we got? We got a second emote, didn't we? Oh, anyway. Matters not. Yeah, it's just extra content to do for 14 if you ever feel like you're being bored. with what you got at the moment. But it is what it is, so... Yeah, I think the next one will probably hit up Ul'dah. Because, God, I'm pretty sure there's a lot out there. Both Ul'dah and Thanalan. As for now, here at the corner, we are going to call it on that. So... Click. Yeah. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.